Sonya, good to see you. Thanks so much for your time.
And you, pleasure.
It's interesting, right? That script to screen journey is something that really interests me, right? Because you're reading the scripts for this and then you kind of see it come to life while you film Reacher. What was that like for you specifically with this show, reading it and then seeing it come to life on screen?
Oh God, it was awesome seeing it come to life and being a part of bringing it to life as well. Like, I was a fan of the show before I came on board, so I was so excited to be joining the team. And very unusually, we had the luxury of having all the scripts before we started. So that is lovely from an actor's point of view because you know, a clear beginning, middle, and end. You know where your character's going. And yeah, I just loved getting my teeth into a very meaty show.
From an acting storyteller perspective, how do you balance those kind of like banter scenes with Alan and kind of setting up a lot of the action and then kind of reading all the action that happens? Because I feel like it's all like, do you have to have a separate kind of mindset and preparation wise for those scenes in those days? Because the thing I love about the show, you do a great job, is there's kind of like the setup, right? And like talking about the plans and everything. And then there's
Yeah.
actually the action, right? So I'm just
Yeah.
wondering like if they are different mindsets from like a preparation perspective.
Well, in terms of the physical, like the actual stunt or fight scenes,
Yeah.
the stunt training and rehearsal uh, is obviously a vital part of that. But for the whole show, the season three really hits the ground running, and it
Yeah.
doesn't really let up at any point. And so every scene you're in, the stakes are high. For every moment that I have not found Teresa, I am trying to get to Teresa. We kind of joke that in every fight scene, it's basically me being like, "Where's Teresa? Where's Teresa?" So there's like a couple of lines that sum up Duffy is "Where's Teresa?" and "I don't let bad guys walk." And so I basically just kept that
Yeah.
in mind the whole time. So honestly, once I've done my written research prep work for her, you just have that in mind in every scene, and if you've done your job right, it just kind of flows, really.
You said before, last question, you said before you started, when we started this interview, that you were a fan of the show before signing on to season three. I'm just wondering, in your opinion, like, do you feel like it's a unique kind of show in regards to the fact where, like, there is familiar territory and unfamiliar territory at the same time? Like, we know Alan, we know Reacher, but like everything else is kind of like a surprise, right? Do you think about that at all? Like, for a new season? I find that interesting.
Yeah, I think that is the appeal of the show. We have such an incredible lead character and leading man who is carrying the show that gets to roam around and have adventures in lots of different places. And I think there is an amazing nostalgic quality to the show. It kind of reminds me of like Saturday nights with my family, sat down ready to watch like a blockbuster and kind of Die Hard or like the Arnie days. But at the same time, with in particular, like the female characters is very rooted in today, and I think just enriches the show even more in terms of what a character like Duffy brings, what a character like Neely brings. Um, and so it's always exciting, it's always entertaining, it's kind of winking at itself, but it also finds those moments of quiet to land. And that's not an easy thing to pull off, but Reacher is a character who knows right from wrong, and he will do whatever he can to find the bad guys. And I think that's something that is universal and loved and enjoyed by clearly so many people. So long may that last.
Absolutely. I can't wait for people to see season three of Reacher on Prime Video. Thanks so much for your time, Sonia. Great chatting with you.
Pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.